Hi everyone, welcome back to my craft room. If you're new to my craft room, then welcome. Today I'm working on this little decor piece. What are they calling these? Decor from Dollar Tree. It's this little, looks like a little coffee cup here. And I want to make a cute little decoration for fall with this. So what I did here is they have these extra pieces that are glued on here. I took my heat gun and this handy dandy little spatula here and just heat it all up with that, or you could use your hair dryer or whatever, get some heat on there and pop these pieces off, this top piece here and the bottom piece. I went ahead and did that because it's noisy. I just have this little heat gun here that I got from Amazon, and you know, it's quite noisy. Nobody wants to listen to that. So I went ahead, I just heated it up and just really slowly. You got to do it slowly. You can't just try to pop them right off or you'll break them, but they do come off fairly easy. I'm going to take off this string because I'm not going to hang this. It's going to stand when we're done. And now I'm going to use some of this paper. I already have this cut out, but I just want to show you what I did. Is I took it, this piece here, and I laid it on this pretty piece of paper. I'll show it up close here in a second, but I just laid it down, traced around it, and then just cut out this thing. And look how pretty this is. I had a different piece of paper I wanted to use, and of course I think I've used it for something else. I can't find it, but it was more like browns and orange polka dot things, but I don't think I have any more. So we're going to use this one. I thought this was pretty. It's like a wood grain with leaves on it. So I just cut that out of there. We're going to take some Mod Podge and just glue this down to our wood board here. I'm just going to squirt a lot of this on here. And probably too much. It's because I'm trying to do it in a hurry here. But I don't want this to take super long, this video, because they can, you know, we say they're quick and easy, and they really are quick and easy projects, but you know, they still take some time. And the main thing on this one is going to be drying time for different things that I'm putting on here. But that's okay. A lot of times I'll paint things and glue things down, you know, at nighttime and then just let it dry overnight. But I didn't get that part done, so we're going to do this now here. And I did get too much on here, so I'm going to have to scoop that down there out of my way. You just want to make sure you get the edges mainly. You want to make sure you get those really good so your edges don't pop up on you. But that should hold her just fine. Alright. So now we're just going to get that some water there, take our paper here and try to get this lined up just right. And I'm just going to cover up that hole because, like I said, I'm not going to hang this back up. It's going to stand. I want it on one of my shelves out in my kitchen. I think it'll look really cute for fall. So there. Easy peasy. Like I said, this is very simple, very easy project. I did miss a little edge there. I'm going to take some of my distressing ink and make that little piece of wood there disappear. There you go. So we're just going to let this dry nicely. I should put something on top of it. Let's see, I'm going to set it over here on my other table and set a book on top of it here that I have. So that can dry and we can move on to the next piece here. Alright, where's my book? Here it is. I always keep these old books like that I had from Dollar Tree that I picked up that I wanted to do a project with. And these are great to put on top of things to, you know, hold it down while the glue dries. So that's what that's going to do. Now for these pieces, I'm going to get a piece of my scrap paper here. These pieces I'm going to paint with this Craft Smart burnt orange that I got from Michael's. I don't know why it feels so dark over here right now, but I love that color. So, oh, I got glue on this. How did I do that? I flung it all over the place, I guess. But anyway, I put some of that in one of those little containers. Just take one of my Dollar Tree brushes here. Love these. Bought a bunch more of these before the price goes up on those. And we're just going to give this a nice coat of this orange. I don't know if I'm going to add any of the distressing ink to this if it's too bright orange, but I think it's going to be fine. I really like this color. I'm just going to do one coat. I don't want it to be, you know, super dark or anything. So if a little bit of the wood shows through, that's fine. Totally up to you whether you want to see that or not. You could always do 2 coats if you want to. Just trying to get these little pieces in here. Very easy. Easy peasy. You guys know I love my easy projects. I don't want any down in there. Okay, so that's piece number 1 that is done. There we go. So put that up there. This one will be real quick and easy to paint. And if these things tend to warp a little bit on you, you can also just, like if they're warping up, just turn them over and just hit it with your heat gun a little bit, and it'll flatten them right back out. Because I kind of warped these when I was trying to get them off, but I just took my heat gun on the opposite side and bent it right back. Alright, so those are painted up just fine. So we're going to put these aside to dry. Oops, I missed a spot. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Oops, see, now if I go back and I look and I see spots that I missed. Alright, did I get all this one? Alright. Alright, so let me set this aside here. Stick that brush in the water. And now there's one more thing that we have to paint for this, and that is the letters I want to use on this. I already have a bunch painted here, but I'm going to show you how I did them in case you guys have never seen me do these before, and I don't have a sponge brush. Oh. I always think I have everything ready, but I didn't. Alright, let me grab this sponge brush real quick. So I got a bunch of these galvanized letters at Dollar Tree. Right now they have these on clearance for 25 cents a piece. So I took out enough letters to spell Happy Fall. I'm just going to grab some random letters here real quick just to show you what I did. Let's take a C and a U, or a UC, whatever. I take some of this double-sided tape runner, and I just put a couple lines of that down, and then I stick these letters on top of them, on top of that tape, which holds them there perfectly. And then I just took some of this plaster color Waverly chalk paint, and I'm just going to take a little bit here because I already have these done, because I was trying to get some things done because, you know, everything's got to dry for this project. Alright, so then you just tap with your sponge brush. I let that dry and I went over it again, and that colors them perfectly. And then when they're all finished, let me get that in some water so I don't forget, because I tend to do that. Then when they're all done, you just peel all your letters off the tape, and there you go. Now you have these white colored letters. So let me stick those all over here, pull them off. It says Happy Fall. I don't know if I wanted Happy Fall, Hello Fall, but we're going to do Happy Fall. There we go. So let me put those wet letters over here. And now for the top of this, I want to add like a little bow, not actually a bow. I'm going to use some of this jute cord. You can use the Dollar Tree jute string if you want to. This I get from Walmart. I love this stuff. It's only like $3 something for this. I've had this one forever. I just bought a new one, but it's the 4-ply of the jute string. You get this in their craft section at Walmart. I'm going to get myself a little bit of floral wire from Dollar Tree. Cut me a piece of that so I'm ready here. And then I just take this and I wrapped it around my fingers 3 times. And that was that. Easy peasy, right? Just going to cut that off here. Take a piece of this wire and put that right in the center. And then we're just going to snug that up real nice and tight. I have one of these done too, because this is going to take me a few minutes, so I figured I'd get that made too. But I'm just going to show you what I did. Now I'm going to go through these loops. I'm going to cut them all in half, like so. And then you're going to cut your wire off too, but I'm just going to leave that there for now, because we're not actually going to use this one. And then I just went in and I opened up all of the jute string, like this. So it comes out nice and fluffy. Both sides. Like I said, this take a few minutes, but not bad. But then when that's all opened up, you have something that looks like this. So we're going to use that in the center of it. I actually cut some raffia that I'm going to put on the back of that. Just a few little pieces of that I thought would look cute back there. I need another little piece of wire though, because it's hard to wire it on there. And then try to, you know, open up all those plies of jute strings. So it's easier to kind of do this separately. But that's going to go on the back here, just like so. And then I'm just going to grab another piece of wire that I just threw on the floor somewhere. And then we're just going to wrap that around and give that a nice twist in the back. Keep that on there. Alright, so there we go. That is what our bow is going to look like for this. And then, you know, after I get it on there, I'll kind of like move that raffia around and stuff. And then I wanted like something for the center. So I got this pumpkin. This actually came off of this string of beads that I got at Dollar Tree. So I just cut it, took off one of these pumpkin beads, and I didn't like it being this orange, so what I did was I dolled it up using my Vintage Photo Distressing Ink. Tim Halsey at this Michael's, that's where I get it anyway, Michael's or Hobby Lobby or whatever. Little sponge brush that you can get with it too. And then I just went over this and just kind of, you know, aged it up a little bit because it was just too bright orange. So I thought that looked much better to go on this project. So now I got to get my glue gun going down here. I don't have that plugged in yet because I was using my heat gun. But anyway, we're not ready for this anyhow. So when we're ready to put it on, I'm just going to glue this into the center of my bow. And I think that'll be adorable on here. So I got to let all this stuff dry here, all the orange that I painted, and my background, and then as soon as that's done, we're going to come back and put this baby all together. Alright, all my pieces are dry here, so I'm going to take some hot glue on the back of this here and just glue this back down. Oh, I don't want too close to the edge. Just glue this back down on here. It doesn't take much to glue these back on. Let's see. Hopefully I get it in the right spot. Let me stand up here. That looks pretty good. All right. So there's our top piece for the lid. And then we have our little, you know, holder here so you don't burn yourselves on your drink. This thing, these two warp. When they got hot, they warp. Here. You sit there for a minute till this cools. I need 2 more hands. There we go. And then this goes down here. So, and I think it's really cool how you can see the leaves through the pumpkin. So I'm just going to put some glue on each corner of this. And that should do that. And this needs to go down here. All right. At least that one's flatter. Now for my letters, they're going to go in here. I thought that would be really cute to have our little happy fall sign in here. So I'm just going to kind of set these on here for now. Oh, they're a little sticky. I hope they don't stick to my paper too much. I'm afraid that's going to pull on my paper. That doesn't usually happen with my... Oh, it didn't stick to any of the other ones. I was going to say, that doesn't usually happen. All right, whatever. We're going to figure this out. So right there is our center. So I need an A over here. And that right about there. All right, let's see. Come on, hands. I'm just gonna set these here for now. And then hopefully I get these on nice and straight. You could draw a line with a pencil if you wanted to, but I'm gonna try and wing it here. All right. Why did that not stick whatsoever to my paper? Well, that did. I think it popped up before. I'm gonna have to re-glue that. Son of a gun. All right. Let's try that again. Let's try to get it on there before the glue cools off again. All right, second time's a charm. I must have just messed around too much. All right, so I know this P needs to go in the center. And there we go. I think that's gonna look so pretty. I like it. Now if I can just get these on straight with my shaky hands, it'll be great. All right, so that is how that's gonna go on there now. Now, did we get our problem solved here? Yes. Sit there for another minute just to make sure. There, glue web. All right, so I got to start gluing these on. I don't know. I think I might want to use, since it's that galvanized, and galvanized things do not do well with hot glue. So I'm going to use some of the Fix All adhesive from Dollar Tree, the super glue. I love this stuff. This stuff works great. Plus, it gives you a little time to move things around if you don't exactly like where they are. And you don't need much on these little bitty letters, so I'm just going to rub a little bit of that on here, because this stuff holds like crazy. So that's going to go right there. I'll try to line that up with that line. Maybe that'll help me out. Make sure I space these how I want them. Yeah, it's got to come over a little bit to line up. Everything's got to kind of line up with that P. So that'll be it. That's how I'm going to glue these down. So I'll just do a couple of these. You guys don't need to watch me glue every single one of these on here. It'd be kind of boring. But we'll get a couple of these letters on here. Oh, too much. I really don't want this to ooze out behind these letters either. That's not going to look nice. All right. You booger. You little booger. There we go. Like I said, this gives you a little bit of an adjustment period here if you want to straighten it out or whatever. So I think that looks good. I don't know, it may not be perfect. You guys can, you know, draw your line on there and get it on just precise if you'd like. That looks good. I'll just finish doing the fall here, and then I'll glue that one all on off camera just to save some time, because we still got to get the rest of it put together here, and our little stand that's going to go on the back of it. All right. So there we have fall. I'm so happy about fall. It's supposed to be so hot this week. I wanted to get back out to the Dollar Tree, but I did not make it there for a Tuesday haul this week, so we're going to get some crafting done instead. And since it's going to be so awful hot, I'd rather stay in here and do this. All right, I'm going to finish gluing down the happy, and then we'll come back and finish this up. All right, now we're going to take our bow here while these are still drying, my little letters, and just put a nice generous amount of hot glue back here. And then we're just going to put this on an angle. I think I like that right there. Like so. And then we'll fluff this stuff up a little more. You can fluff this stuff up too. You can have it, you know, kind of stick up or whatever you want to do with it. I love that. It does shed a little bit while you're doing it. But anyway, now we're going to move around a little bit of this raffia so it's not just flat in one spot there. All right, and now we're going to take this pumpkin. That's what it used to look like, and then we darkened it up. I like it darker, much better. And, oh, you know what, actually I'm going to put the hot glue on here and then just glue this baby down. And I think that looks terrific. Let me hold this up here. And surprisingly, I got my letters on pretty straight for not measuring anything. They may not be perfect, but you know what? Good enough for me. All right, so now this part of it's pretty much done. I mean, you could add more stuff to it if you want to. I think I'm good with it just like so. So now I'm going to take 2 of these, you know, the tumbling blocks that you get in the toy section from Dollar Tree. I took 2 of them, I glued them together with some of the super glue wood glue that you get at Dollar Tree. And then I'm just going to hot glue this onto the back. And I'm going to put it, let's see, I kind of do it this way just to see, because I don't want it to tip back much. So it's just going to go up maybe, I don't know, a little over 1/8 of an inch or so. Just so it has a slight tilt to it. Well, don't fall, letters. All right, so now I'm just going to take some hot glue here. And we are just going to glue this. You could use wood glue too. That would be perfectly fine. And we're just going to glue that there. Hopefully I get that straight too. All right, so we're going to let that cool for a second. And this thing should stand up nicely. All right, I don't want to stand it yet, but I'm just going to kind of... Oh yeah, that's going to be perfect. I'll move my camera here in a second. I just want to wait for this to cool down. But yeah, let me move this camera up here just a tad. Whoa. And let that cool a little bit. And there we go. That is my... Still not up high enough. There we go. Still got some glue webs to get off of here. But I'll take a picture of this and put it at the end here so I don't have all this mess going on in the background. But that is it. That was my quick and easy project. I absolutely love this. Going up on my shelf in the kitchen for fall. I think it'll be a really nice addition. Maybe add some little pumpkins around it or something. I don't know yet. We'll see. I'm just getting this stuff together. I'm not putting it up yet. It's still a little early to put the fall stuff up, but I got to get a head start here getting my things made this year. But thanks so much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this really simple project, and I'll see you guys all next time. Have a great day, everyone.